All right, Chris, thank you very much. Major League Baseball's annual draft gets started on Thursday. And for the rebuilding Cubs, this week is kind of like their World Series. Let's send it over to David Kaplan with a look ahead to the draft.
We're joined now by our Cubs insider for CSNChicago.com. He is Patrick Mooney. All right, Moons, you're out there at Wrigley. Jed Hoyer spoke today. The draft starts on Thursday, and unfortunately, a lot of high picks in Chicago. White Sox 3, Cubs 4. What do you see the Cubs doing? Have an organizational need for pitching? Do they go that way?
Well, Cap, the term general manager Jed Hoyer used was it's still a mystery. You know, with 3 teams in front of them, there's a lot of variables. And when you take it, an organization like the Houston Astros picking #1 overall, you know, they're kind of very aggressively against the grain. You have the Miami Marlins at #2, who are kind of a reality show at times. And then the White Sox at #3 have made it pretty much clear that they're going to take one of the top pitchers off the board. So I think at 4, the Cubs philosophically, you know, they like position players. They want big bats. And you know, my guess would be that's probably where they're going to go at 4, and then really focus on pitching throughout the rest of the draft.
You know, if they do see Brady Aiken, Carlos Rodon, somebody like that, Tyler Kolek, if all 3 of those guys are gone off the board when the Cubs step up to make their pick, they're getting potentially the best position player in the draft. And Theo has said many times that research shows the star players usually come position-wise top 5 or 6.
Yeah, exactly, Cap. And, you know, maybe the Astros pull a surprise and take Nick Gordon, you know, at #1 overall. But, you know, historically, if you look at their track record, they want position players. And I think, you know, whenever Theo talks to the media, there's usually some sort of, you know, subliminal message. And a couple of weeks ago, he had said, you know, that while this draft is deep in pitching, he didn't necessarily see a lot of elite pitching in it. And I think when you kind of look at that and their track records, I think it will probably line up towards a position player. But you know, if there's a surprise, if a guy like that, a pitcher like that falls into their lap, certainly they'd consider it. And you know, they've got another, you know, 48 hours here to kind of hash everything out.
Patrick, thanks for the knowledge. Keep up the great work. People can follow you at CSN Mooney and catch you at CSNChicago.com. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Cap.
Speaking of the future, we continue our look at the road to Wrigley, and the accolades keep rolling in for Chris Bryant. He headlines a list of 6 Tennessee Smokies who were selected to play in the AA All-Star game. Bryant leads the Southern League in all 3 Triple Crown categories. He's hitting .348 with 18 homers and 49 runs batted in. But before tonight's game at Wrigley Field, Jed Hoyer said don't expect a promotion for Bryant anytime soon.
It is fun to see a guy, you know, put up that kind of month, and you know, certainly we tell every prospect to go dominate, and he's obviously doing that. I think we probably want to see it for a little bit longer. You know, it's only been 2 months to that level, and he's been sort of skipping up through the system without really a lot of time at one level. But everything from defense to base running to obviously what he's done offensively, you know, he's everything we had hoped for, and hopefully he'll keep it up.
And don't forget Cubs Mets at the top of the hour here on Comcast.